Today we're having our opening night for the District Art Show, and it's the K to 12 display of art. We're presenting it to the community in this community center of Concord, so it's a great opportunity for families to see what we do in the classrooms.
Yeah, so we've done, we tried to really do some big works that were collaborative works of art. So we have a collaboration with the cacti in the corner over there, where we have a bunch of small cacti that have been built into a larger collaborative effort. Behind us we have our School of Fish, but overall we also as a district focused on portraiture this year as well. So we have a K through 12
hallway
display of K through 12 portraiture across the
So you can
years.
see the progression of kids kindergarten through 12th grade.
Shows a good variety of beginning skills and how you grow as an artist, and just seeing the creativity before the different grade levels. We have a special self-portrait wall that represents portraits from all those grade levels in this art show, and then scattered throughout is just a whole bunch of different creativity from the art teachers and all our students in the Concord School District.
Well, I think students are an important part of the community, and we can see the kind of wide open range of ideas that exist within the community, the kind of diversity of approaches and interests that our students have, and I think that reflects the larger community as well.
I think too, when you look around at the scope of the work that's here, it's very obvious that people, students, everybody has a really innate desire to express themselves, and the arts really, speak to that and help them get ideas across.
I also think the arts provide an opportunity for everyone to be successful.
I mean, the kids are a huge part of this community, and I think having it at the community center really shines a light on what the area schools are doing and what the kids in the community are doing. I think that the kids feel like rock stars when the light is shined on what they can do and what they're capable of in school.
Families come to this. It's a great gathering of the community to really celebrate the art and look at it together and just have a great experience.
For me, like when we come in here, when we're setting up and you have the senior programs going on, and they come in and they walk around before they go to their program. I just think it's an accessible place for all of this to be displayed, where people who normally wouldn't go to see the show are exposed to it on a daily basis. There's so many great programs happening in this building.
Yeah, when you walk through here to see young kids and all ages get to experience the art and appreciate it, and it's just in the middle of a cold, long winter in New Hampshire to have it brightened by the art that these students of Concord have made. It's a beautiful thing to see.
So this is the way we can really demonstrate to our community what our teachers are doing and the students are doing. I like to make sure I'm picking art that the kids have met the standards of the lesson, and they've worked really hard on it. Sometimes we have students who don't finish their artwork, but it met the standards, but they just need a little more time. And sometimes I'll grab one of those because they showed that they've really accomplished a lot.
I like, in terms of photography work, there are some very interesting collaged portraits that students created, where they repeat themselves or they incorporate parts of other people into their own portrait. And one thing that I was particularly pleased with was the range of different approaches that students took to that project.
From my ceramics classes, I've got students showcasing anthropomorphic animals, where they designed an animal and then humanized it with characteristics and clothing and accessories. And so they're always a really creative output to the project that we do in class.
I see myself in strangers and still feel myself in the mirror. There's my star. I thought you were far to know who you are. Backwards again, down the steps and valley again. Backwards again, and I'll go.
Well, we got involved through the arts program at our school. We had some teachers, both from our art classes and our music classes, that came to us asking whether we wanted to participate, and we did. So.
Yeah, I'm in mostly art classes at school, and the other ones that aren't art are music classes. So it was just kind of like both sides were like, play here, you know?
Find it on Spotify. We are the Orange Peelers.
You can also find us on Apple Music, the Orange Peelers,
Yes.
Bandcamp.
My art for my school is right behind us, and I did big collaborative doodle paintings with every grade level. So every student had a piece of this, and it was very open of what they wanted to create. So I feel like it's individualized, but I was also able to like represent my whole school in these large pieces of art. So that's one of my favorites.
I just love coming here to see what the other schools are doing. It kind of inspires me as an art teacher.
So this is a really cool technique called repose, which means metal tooling. And the kids were working on taking the anatomy of a real fish and then adding creative elements to it in their own way. They learned some different techniques like stippling, popping in and out, and creating textures through that repose technique. And then it was great for it to come together as a cohesive, collaborative piece.
But I love the printmaking portraits. We worked on some printmaking. We talked about pop artists like Andy Warhol. The kids did a really nice reduction printing of their portrait, which you can see it's around the corner with the other portraits. And then they kind of mixed and matched them and added some elements, added some decorative elements to it. And I thought that they all really came out, they were all really successful with it, and they were all really proud of them at the end.
One of my favorite is an annual thing we do with Concord Hospital, and we create Thanksgiving placemats that have thoughtful haikus on it that the students write, and we donate those to Concord Hospital. We save a couple for behind where they're on a lovely display area there, and it's just a way that we can heal through the arts and give back to the community of Concord.
I think the other part that is, I think for all of the art teachers, our favorite part is seeing the range of work from when kids are really young and seeing how that, how their approach to making art changes and develops over the years. And this show reflects the full gamut of kids who are very young in their art careers to kids who have been doing this for quite a few years.
They're very creative, very good problem solvers, and it's really nice to see it all come together every year.
Yeah, the arts really lends these kids with a hands-on opportunity to really challenge themselves and to experiment and to problem solve and to be creative and to practice those innovation skills which they're going to need as they grow up and face the challenges of real life.
Art really, you really start to use the different parts of your brain, and creativity is an important thing to have when you're designing anything in the future. Think about job opportunities. We're always looking for those creative thinkers, and having the background in art and being able to solve problems through art, I think really helps you grow as a person and helps out your future endeavors in terms of like your education and your work when you get out of college or high school. I think art really makes you think about things a little bit different than normal.